These are the directions for the third Market Period Library project. This is the last project before the actual presentation. So remember, for the AP course, you are required to submit a presentation that uses scholarly sources. For the first assignment, Market Period 1, you basically were asked to just give me a research topic, include the text in one. The main point of this assignment was simply to have you overcome your fears of coming up and speaking in front of an audience, as well as to provide you with some feedback. For example, if a student is doing something with regard to entertainment, I know that entertainment is going to show up in Units 3 plus Unit 4. And if you're going to break that down by poetry, if you're going to break that down by art, you might even break that down further into TV and movies. Just a side note, all of these are a topic within themselves. To try to do something on all, that would just be too big of a topic to address. By the time we get to Market Period 2, you were asked to complete slides 1 and 2. What are you presenting? Why did you select that topic? And then for slide 3, which is for the second market period, what changes have you made to your additional research? As we start the year, we have Unit 1. We're getting into Market Period 2, Unit 2. You might have made a decision to just change, or maybe you've just learned some additional info. So in this example here, African Americans during the Revolutionary War, this is very general. And now the changes, realized African Americans fought in the Civil War after the Civil War lesson. So now the student has changed to African American contribution during American War. You could also look at other conflicts and notice that this one here is just saying that they've contributed. It doesn't say anything about their experience. It doesn't say anything about leadership. It simply just says with this topic so far that they contributed. So it's still very general. Now we move on to Market Period 3, and this one you want to use sources. So this is the difference here. I'm going to be looking for primary sources, speeches, JSTOR articles. You cannot cite Wikipedia. You cannot cite a Google search. It needs to be a scholarly resource. Credible JSTOR sources. So what you're going to do is basically fill in this chart. I want to see your thesis. I want to see your sources, and then I want to see the actual text. So this section you're going to leave blank, and then you're going to put your thesis here. You're going to give me the citation for your source, and then you are going to copy and paste the exact text. And then for the analysis section, you want to explain how this section that you are citing from your source supports this thesis. Usually for analysis, I will tell students, you need to answer the question, 2 to 3 sentences. How does this source directly and clearly support your thesis above? So here we have some examples. You are expected to have the thesis. This section you're going to leave blank. So this is the proposed thesis. The murder of Emmett Till sparked the civil rights movement. So here we have the first source. This is what you will see in JSTOR. This is their second source. And this is the exact text. So this text right here is coming from this source. The lynching of Till may no longer be denied the genesis of the chronology of the civil rights movement. So that is the text right there that seems to support this thesis. So now you want to answer the question, how does this cited source support this thesis? And then your answer is going to be placed in this box, and this is your analysis of that particular source in relation to the thesis. So here we have source 2. The fact that the nightmare predates many years. Afternoon in Pittsburgh, I came across Emmett Till's photograph in Jet magazine. Seems to matter not at all. Chilling dream resides. So I don't really see a connection between this text and this thesis. This actually seems to be more of a personal account. So I'm going to say that this source should not be used. And this is the main reason why we're doing this. I want to see the sources, and I want to see if there is a direct connection between the source you are claiming supports the thesis you are trying to support. As far as citations go, when you're opening up JSTOR, you're allowed to download in a PDF. And when you download in a PDF, it's going to look like this. You're going to have the author's name. You're going to have the name of the article. And so this is the citation that you want to use. So this citation actually should be placed here. All I did on the prior slide was just give you the screenshot of what it looks like in JSTOR before you download the PDF. But when you download the PDF, the expectation, this is the correct, citation that you want to use, and that is going to be placed here. So the way this is going to be scored in the presentation, I'm basically going to be looking to see whether or not the thesis that you are giving me and the sources clearly match up. If you are telling me in your thesis you are writing about cats and this source is all about dogs, I am not counting it. I need to see a direct connection. Cats should be here, cats should be there in my horrible example. You have to explain clearly how the cited source supports the thesis. And that's pretty much the way this is going to be scored. I'll also be looking for some of these items which were in the first presentation.